Out of all the artists releasing music today, only about 10% of them actually have a unique sound. This is probably why you feel like your music doesn't feel fully authentic to you. And that sucks. Because you don't want to build a career on a sound that isn't you, that doesn't represent you. But it's hard to ignore that question. What if I make music that doesn't really stand out? But here's the truth. We don't need another Taylor Swift or Bon Iver. We need you. The world needs your musical vision. In that pursuit of authenticity, a lot of artists get told that they need to find their sound. But really, finding it implies you'll stumble upon it one day and you'll finally be an artist that has found their sound. I'm here to tell you that it's completely untrue. It's not about finding it, it's about crafting it. Today, I'll give you 3 clear steps to craft a sound that feels 100% yours. I want you to understand your own musical language. If you don't know me yet, I'm Antoine. I'm a pop and indie music producer. I came up with these steps after being hired by artists to help me produce their music. So let me show you what you need to do to make sure your music is unique to you as an artist and that you actually know how to achieve it. I suggest you stay until the end, as the last step will tie everything together for you. The first thing that will prevent you from making bland and unoriginal music is knowing what the music that matters to you is. First, we need to build a playlist of everything you love musically. I want you to go way back to when you were young, up until now, to fully encapsulate who you are musically. For this video, I used the person I know who's most confused with his musical inspiration, me. So I put a playlist together. As you can see, there's everything from pop to metal. I've shortened mine for the sake of this video, but you can include as many tracks as you want. The first thing I want you to do is to look at the different artists and genres there are in your playlist and write them down. Even if they are completely different, I want you to compile them into a list. You'll get why later. If you struggle with genres, check out this website and search the artists you like. Next, we'll write down what we like about the artists or the genre. You can be as broad or specific as you want. This could be about the song structure of a specific genre, a writing technique used by your favorite artist, facts that stand out to you on the production side of things. At this point, anything goes. My take on things was a bit more generic, but you could be more granular with it. Here's how one genre could look like on your list. Knowing what you like will be easy for you now, but how do we know what this means for the music you want to create? Your musical essence. We need to find a common thread between all of your different sources of inspiration. That way, we're able to identify what you like in all of this. This is where we establish your musical essence. Remember, the goal here is to find how you like to do things. What you need to do now is to take your answers and distill them into a few key traits. Ask yourself, what emotional vibe connects my favorite songs? What sonic textures or instruments show up repeatedly? Do I prefer clean, polished production or a more raw, lo-fi sound? Do I connect more with personal, story-driven lyrics or abstract ones? Go as deep as you need here, as this is the core of this exercise. Write down 5 key points at most that represent the music you like. Here's what I came up with for my own list. I like music that is emotionally intense. I like music that has textures and ambience. I like when things are somewhat catchy and rhythmic. I like music that breaks the rules, because I'm a little rebel. I like cool voicings and interesting uses of harmony. I want it to be as concise as possible, and I encourage you to do the same. I decided to avoid naming any musical genres here, but feel free to do it differently. You could also do this exercise with things you don't like. Getting to know your tastes is the goal here. Now, to really find the meaning behind all of this, we need to summarize it even more. This is what I refer to as your musical essence. You need to boil down the points you wrote earlier into a sentence or 2 at max. Here's what I came up with. I produce indie and pop music that embraces emotional depth, rich sonic textures, and captivating structured elements. I like to do things differently by using tools that keep me exploring. This is what I've determined to be my musical essence, but there's one more obstacle we haven't covered yet, and this will make all the difference. Because we know what you like and what you want to create, but if we don't know how to execute it musically, then nothing really matters. Make a plan. You need to make a plan. What will you teach someone that wants to create the musical essence you defined? What are the techniques and tools that they need to use to achieve this? This could be anything from learning about synthesizers or lyric writing. If you lack the words or the knowledge to define what you need to know, I strongly suggest that you use ChatGPT. It'll give you the proper terms for what you need to know and what you need to study. That way you can search them up on your own. Then I want you to apply a structure to the list of tasks that you came up with. Ask yourself, how much time do I want to dedicate to each task? And most importantly, how much time can I spend on music and learning each day? Don't forget the key thing here. You have to make music. Stop the tutorials and start creating. All of this process is worthless if you don't actually plan to make music. Here's what my list would look like. Pause the video if you need to. Doing all of this work and it going through you is what will create the sound you're after. You absolutely need to put the work in if you want to craft your sound. Lastly, you could also consider hiring someone to help you if you feel overwhelmed with the process. If you want to craft a sound that's 100% you, I'd love to help. I work with artists to turn their demos into fully produced songs that feel authentic to them and their artistry. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, check the link in the description. Let's make some music together. If not, check out my other videos. Thank you for watching.